Hey, my friends, Brian King here. I just finished a call with one of my international clients, and I was reminded of something that is so critical and so basic for people that have ADHD, Asperger's, or just people living in this digital age where we're constantly overwhelmed with a lot of new information. And I can tell you, speaking for myself, my memory absolutely sucks. I had it tested as part of my diagnosis for ADHD, and my working memory is in the third percentile, which means my memory is kind of like Teflon. You ask me to remember something, and it just kind of slides out of my ears. It doesn't really attach itself. And if you're like me, that can be frustrating for a lot of people. They'll say, hey, call me later. You say, hey, man, no problem. And you think you're going to remember it, boom, it's out of your brain. Because something else shinier comes along and shoves it right out. Your significant other says something to you. Hey, I need you to pick this up on the way home. Okay, honey, I got it. Doesn't happen because you totally forgot about it. And this is not intentional. This is not a lack of consideration. This is not because you don't care. This is because your brain is not sticky. Your working memory absolutely blows, and it is not designed to hold on to information. But there's a lot of things you need to be accountable for. A lot of things that need to be prioritized and done by you. So what the hell do you do? It's pretty simple. Write it down. That's it. I use this wonderful list-making app called Wunderlist. Wonder is spelled W-U-N-D-E-R. Now, there are a lot of list-making apps out there. Wunderlist is my favorite. It's pretty robust. It's pretty. You can slide items around and reprioritize them, check them off, so on. It's free. Just download it and play with it and see what good it is for you. And you can even print the list out. Because the reality is this. No matter how motivated you are to remember, that's not going to improve your memory. It's like, my legs suck because of my multiple sclerosis. I can will my legs to walk better. They won't. My nervous system says, hey, I'm not going to communicate with your legs that well anymore. Tough toodles. Deal with it. So intention, willpower doesn't change that. Same with memory. My desire, my willpower won't change it. So what do? I compensate. I use technology. I use an accommodation. I get help. Anything that helps you accomplish a task that you don't really do under your own steam, it's an accommodation. I can't see worth a damn without these. So my glasses are an accommodation. The technology is there. The only thing keeping you from using it is your pride. I'll remember it. I don't need to use that crap. I don't need to make lists. Good luck with that. Continue to struggle. Continue to be prideful. Continue to get crappy results. Entirely your choice. But when you have solutions that are this basic, so accessible, all you need is a smart device, and you can just capture things that you need to remember in the moment. Someone says, hey, can you call me later at such and such a time? And you say, hang on a second. I need to write this down so I don't forget. If it's important enough to the other person that you remember this, they'll give you the space to do it. They'll say, oh man, great idea. Yeah, go ahead. Let me know when you're done. So you write it down, and in Wunderlist, you can create a reminder for the date and time you want it to beep at you or buzz at you to remind you that, hey, you asked me to remind you that you prioritized this thing, that you didn't want to forget it. So here's your reminder. If you use some tech like this consistently, there's no reason you should ever forget anything, as long as you write it down and put a reminder on it. But if the reminder does go off, you actually need to take action. There are some people that are in the middle of a very important video game, or they're binge watching something that's essentially a distraction and is not helping them move forward in life, bias, that they're in the middle of, and the reminder goes off when they click it and say, oh, I'll get to that later because I'm in the middle of my binge watching, and you forget to do it. So the key is you have these reminders, you write it down, but you have to be committed to doing what you prioritized when the reminder shows up. So yeah, there's still some work to do. but at least you've written it down. At least you begin to capture all the things that you want to remember and that are important to you. Because if you try and keep this all in your head, you're going to feel overwhelmed because there's too much on your mind. You don't know how to sort it all out. You don't know where to begin, and you're afraid you're going to forget it, which you will. And that causes unnecessary anxiety. So get it out of your head, get it down on your list, into an app, give yourself a break, let the anxiety go away, set the reminders, and allow them to help you lead your day, remember what you prioritize, be more productive, and live your life. So that's my little tip for today. Hopefully it's useful. If so, let me know. Anybody else forgetful in your life that could benefit from this, please share. They'll thank you for it. In the meantime, this has been Brian, and we'll talk again soon.